certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. Favorite version of the Timberwolves logo, the original. This is the absolute best. And to answer a long-asked question people have had of me, I do not wear three-quarter sleeve hoodies. I have this disease. It's called acquired immune deficiency syndrome. And it causes, I have this disease where if I wear hoodies, there's a rule where the bottom of my sleeves always have to get wet. I can't help it. It doesn't matter. I don't even remember being near a sink since I put this on. I don't remember being around an open water source since I put this on. But no matter what happens, when I wear a hoodie, the bottom of the sleeves end up wet. And the only way to get any kind of comfort, because one of the weirdest feelings in the world is wet sleeves on your wrists and hands. So I roll them up. It makes me feel a little better. That's why, and keeps you a little cool under the lights and in the warmth of the basement. It keeps me cool and I feel better. So there's a question that nobody asked. Plenty of stuff to do tonight. Little bit of internet drama. We're going to cover a little bit of internet drama tonight. We've got a lot of news to talk about. AOC losing her mind. Axios CEO losing it because Elon Musk said that he's a shitty journalist. And, it wouldn't be a day. So this morning, I know I upset Chad Buzemach because I didn't have any clips of The View this morning. I had no View clips, and I feel really bad about that. So later in the show tonight, we will have a clip from The View. We'll also answer some of your questions. A lot of people have been asking me a lot of things today. If they come up in the chat tonight, we'll discuss them. I am just, I'm glad that I've built a show that is a fascinating conversation piece for so many people, because that's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted a show. I've always said this since I was on radio. I said, you'd be either two things when you're on the air at all times, either be funny or be interesting. And judging by the amount of people that talk about Steel Toe, both positive and negative, or just wondering about shit, we've definitely been a smashing success on the conversation piece line of things. Slightly more mixed reviews on the funny part, but I like to think we have our moments. It's going to be a good show tonight. Here's the rule. You know, I have the no begging rule. No begging until it is 8 o'clock, till it's the top of the hour, and we're not under 100. If we're under 100 by 8 o'clock tonight, I can't beg. If we're not, then I can beg my fucking dick off after 8 o'clock. But right now, we're at 180. The morning show audience knocked everything out today and knocked out some of your guys' goal. They were doing this funny thing where they wanted to see if they could get it under 100. $1 and $2 at a time. They wanted to play the $1 and $2 game. I liked it. They got $20 in, which, in small denominations, that's pretty impressive. So thank you guys for that. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. We appreciate your support. Quite a great show for you tonight. Evening shows, we'll have 2 of them this week. We'll have Monday, we'll have Tuesday. As far as morning shows go, obviously we have tomorrow morning, we have Wednesday morning, and then Friday, if you're hanging around for Black Friday, we're going to have our 4-year anniversary show. It's Black Friday will be the 4th anniversary of the first show we ever did, online exclusive, after we left radio, after that little Iowa thing happened. So that'll be kind of a celebration show where you guys throw the money envelopes at us, and that kind of determines how long we go. I think last year we did an hour per $100 up to 6 hours. So I don't think that's a bad way to go this year either. So we'll go, 100 is an hour, 200 is 2 hours, 300 is, up to 6. Because wait, was last year the year? No, that was the year. I think Chandler came in last year and he said how much to go till 2 and how much to go till this time. And that's right. And then wasn't that where that was the year Chandler got us to do the hot tub stream at Mystic Lake, wasn't it? I think it was. Okay. So we'll keep an open mind on Friday. But I do want to have a day with my lady. I do want to go and I want to do some Christmas shopping. I want to go have some dinner. We also want to do kind of a fun date night kind of a thing after dinner. We got some plans, so I don't want to go too late for Black Friday. One person writes in, are you nervous for your upcoming court date? I'm not. I cannot tell you how blessed I am to have the legal representation that I do. I'm excited to have it over with. Right now, it just seems like it's something on my to-do list, and I'm excited to have it over with and done with. I do know that there is one person who their numerous follies have made it quite a bit easier for me, and I appreciate that, and I can't thank them enough, even though I'm sure they'd be very upset to hear my thank you. I do appreciate the contributions that they've made. But no, I'm looking forward to everything being done and everything being off my plate. And again, I cannot be more thankful that I was steered in the direction of the representation that I have. Huge, massive. Hulk Match Baby said Aaron has the best Jew failed radio money can buy. It's good. It's good. Taste Fairy Ialto says, did you see Neil deGrasse Tyson on Bill Maher? Neil got pissy again. Yeah, we're going to do that one tomorrow. We're going to watch, because Johnny likes watching Neil deGrasse Tyson get bitchy about vaccines too. Neil got bitchy about vaccines again. He got excited. He got a little worked up on Bill Maher's show, and we're going to go over that tomorrow. So we got plenty of other really good stuff. Really good stuff. Atomic Ray says, I bet you spend more time with your family than Lastman can ever dream of. What does John Lastman have to? I assume John Lastman spends plenty of time with his family. I mean, from the very little I've heard of his show, he doesn't put a lot of work into preparing a decent one, so he probably sees his family all the time. I don't think that's fair. So, got a good show today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I do want to get something shitty out of the way because I was watching this. This is another one of those things where I let the internet talk me into watching something, and the internet once again drove me into a really boring hunk of shit. But if I have to watch this boring hunk of shit, you have to watch it too. It's apparently the Dabbleverse nerds were big into Bob Levy and Kevin Brennan talking to each other for the first time in forever on Bob. I guess Bob Levy does a show. He's not with Shuley anymore. This is what I learned. He's not with Shuley anymore. And now he does his own show, and I don't know when it's on or what time it's on or whatever, but he's doing his own show now. And he had Kevin Brennan on, and they decided to start yelling at each other. Now, I already see people in the chat saying, oh, fuck, not these boring cunts again. Look. How far did I get into this? 12 minutes and 34 seconds before today's show. I got everything set up early. 12 minutes and 34 seconds I got into this banal senior citizens euchre game. And I'm going to show you a little bit of it. This thing went on for almost 40 minutes. And it's just grumpy old men bitching at each other. Oh man, was it hard to get through. It really was. But there was one part in here that was starting to interest me a little, and it was about, to catch you up to speed, Bob Levy used to do Misery Loves Company with Kevin Brennan. And in a long line of co-hosts who stopped doing Misery Loves Company with Kevin Brennan, Bob Levy left. And after Bob Levy left, he started being really shitty to Kevin. Shuli manipulated, as he got in there and he kind of worked some puppet strings with Bob. And they started stream sniping Kevin. And, what's the word? Shuli, there's a particular word for it. He subverted Bob. And they started stream sniping Kevin. But poor Bob Levy, he's been kicked around in that Dabbleverse from show to show and person to person. And they all just kind of use Bob because Bob's a nice guy. And they're like, hey, Bob, I've got a personal thing with this guy. Why don't we get you in on it? Like, I mean, I used to talk to Bob on the phone and we'd talk about stupid internet shit. And he's like, I just want to do a show. I don't like all of this drama stuff. Like with the Zumach stuff, he's like, I don't like all this stuff. And then he had a big fight with Chad after Bob and I hadn't talked for a while. I heard from Bob again. And he's talking about, Chad's saying shit about my wife's kid and all this shit. Oh, yeah. Back when Chad was saying really horrible stuff about Bob's stepdaughter. Bob was really not happy about that. And I talked to him. Like, people they use Bob when it's convenient. And then they shit on Bob when he's not useful. It's not nice. Bob has not been treated nice by people. But I will say this about Bob Levy. After someone made horrific sexualized comments about their stepkids, Bob Levy didn't immediately go sucking up to that person on the internet like an absolute scumbag hunk of shit, like a terrible fucking monster of a person. But hey, don't worry, sweetheart. You're always the victim. You're always the victim. It's fine. It's just molestation threats toward, your stepkid. It's not a big deal. Don't worry. No. You're not the bad. You'd never be the bad person. You've always been the victim. 100%. Don't cry. So here's Levy and Brennan. And they're talking about Levy leaving Brennan's show and him then bitching that he then didn't get paid by Kevin after he left Misery Loves Company. Let's hear Kevin. You decide whose side you're on in this.
What is that? What
Bob, you quit on payday. Who quits on payday?
What does it matter? If anybody quits at any time, you pay the person.
Bob, you quit. You're so dumb. You quit on payday, and then you sniped
I'm
me.
thinking that you're going to be a scumbag and not pay me because I quit.
You fucking sniped my show that day with Shuli.
So,
see, I kind of side with Kevin on this one. I have to be honest. If you quit the show, and it's true, you get paid for the work you've done, not the work you're going to do. So, if you quit my show, and it's payday, and you go on payday, and you start watching my show with some guy who thinks I suck, and then you start talking shit and burying me, yeah, fuck you. I'm not going to pay you. Get a lawyer, sue me, try to get the money that way. And I'm sure they didn't have a contract, so Bob wasn't technically entitled to that money. But yeah, if you quit a job, Like if you work at McDonald's and you go across the street to Burger King and you start holding up signs that says McDonald's is run by a bunch of stupid cunts, they might not treat you favorably.
What? You
So what?
show
So
all
what?
the fucking
Anything.
time.
So
All
you
you
could
do
say
is
that
snipe
about
people's
You
show.
can say that about the Holocaust. So what?
So
It's
what?
I do. As a long time. Owen Benjamin does, you know?
And you guessed it, a Jew.
So I do want to point out these men are both closer to 65 than they are to 60. In fact, Kevin may be 65. These men are over a combined 120 years old, and they're screeching at each other on an internet show. It's unbecoming. But I do agree with Kevin. If you go on and you snipe someone, you can't be mad when they don't pay you. And Bob says back to Kevin, he goes, so what? You snipe everybody. Yeah, but okay, Kevin doesn't go and snipe someone and then demand they pay him. Like Kevin Brennan doesn't go watch and shit on somebody's. Like Kevin doesn't play a clip of my show and then go, and Steel Toe, send me $500. Wow.
I'll fucking kill you, you fucking faggot.
Like it's idiotic. You quit on payday and you snipe my show and you think I'm gonna fucking give you the money? Get it from
Give
Shuli,
you the
that
money
fucking
that
Jew.
I
Wow, I'm Team Brennan on that one. And then Bob said that the Shuli Network had a bad month in September. So apparently making your whole thing based on one guy from the Howard Stern show 20 years ago, 25 at this point, not the gimmick it used to be when they started doing that, fucking 2 years ago? Jesus Christ. They had a light month in September, things not going as well, and Bob didn't get paid as much. Bob's pay got cut without warning. And that was a point of contention.
I made the money. I earned the money.
Okay, but you're dumb. Wait till you get paid, like I tell everybody.
I'm dumb because I got to go by your rules. No, it don't fucking
No, by
work that
anybody's
way.
rules.
No, you kind of do. You kind of. No, wait a minute, Bob. I got to call Bob on this one. If the guy is paying you the money, he makes the rules. That's the nature of taking money from people. If you take money from people, you kind of owe them a set of things that they ask for until they give you the money. So, for example, if a guy's going to pay you and you decide I'm going to quit that day and just start shitting on him with other people, yeah, he might not pay you the money. That get the money first, dopey, then go shit on the guy. That's what I've always done. But when you accept money from people, you owe.
Nobody
You owe
quits on
money. You
payday.
fucking pay
Ask
the fucking
Borgo.
money.
Borgo
You pay
said
the
his
fucking money.
Borgo said his super chat. Ask Borgo. He's a businessman. Ask him if it's smart to quit
What
on
is
payday.
Borgo? No, he's missing.
Don't ask Borgo. Guys, stop with these fucking parasocial relationships. Didn't you just get done having some lady on who fucking talked about how one of your pay pigs was a Cleveland Indian and he fucking is creepy and shit, and now you ran him off the internet? Like, stop treating these internet folks like they're real people. It's weird.
Toes.
But he owns horses. He has as many toes as
You owe me
horses.
fucking money. You owe me the money. And that's a fucking fact. That's a fact. It doesn't matter when I quit.
Bob,
It
it's
doesn't
dumb to
matter.
quit on payday.
He's
It
right.
doesn't matter when I
It
quit.
does. It's dumb, and then you
How?
snipe
In
me.
your fucking world, it is like that.
Okay, what
In
did
your
Shuli
world.
say? What did Shuli say? No, in anybody's world, to quit
No,
on payday
it's
is
not.
idiotic.
It's not the way it is. If he knows business, if Borgo knows business, you quit, you
Stop
get paid.
talking
no matter
to
what.
Borgo.
And
He
that's
doesn't
a fucking
matter.
fact. Shane, M, 1980, $10. Glad to see this reunion. Yes. Thank you.
All right, that can be about enough. Honestly, that was the only fireworks I saw in the time I watched, and the rest was sheer punishment. Sheer punishment. Yeah, McBuster says, this episode of Two Boomers, One Toe, brought to you by Sambo Skin Cream and Tang. Oh, man. Vadam with $5 says, Bob and Kevin are both very funny. I love when they fight. Funeral Director with $2 says, you're too hard on Bob. Brains coke fried, half regarded. He means retarded, but he's sending a super chat. I get it. Adam Simon with $1. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for the contributions. 175 away from tonight. Thank you guys very much for your generosity and your contributions. Triple N says, I agree it's inadvisable to quit on payday, but it makes Kevin a Jew. I would have agreed with you if you would have said if Kevin would have just not paid him because he quit. Kevin didn't pay him because he went on another show and sniped him that day. Fuck you, I'm not paying you either if you do that shit. Elza Belza says, this is what it looks like when you don't have a retirement plan. Is that, you know what, Elza Belza? That is fucking brilliant. That is exactly right. That's what we should be using as like the advertisement, as the billboard for this show. Kids, this is what happens when you don't start a 401k or an IRA or a Roth or anything like that. You end up two senior citizens yelling at each other on a podcast watched by a few hundred people. Holy shit. 09 Canyon says, no, they owe you the money for the work you have done. They don't get to hold it hostage. Well, then sue them. Then sue them. 09 Canyon says, payday is the best day to quit before they owe you more. Right, but you had to get the money first and then quit. If Bob would have quit on payday after he got paid from Kevin and then went on Shuli's show and shit on him, that would be hilarious. That would be really good. You don't do it before you get paid, dummy. Atomic Ray says, I've left many bosses for a better gig. KB can keep his Kiki bucks. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if it was a better gig. He's not doing it anymore. Skeezy Whitefish, stop watching these retards. They don't matter. Well, here's what happened. So many people said, Aaron, have you checked it out? Have you checked it out? Have you checked it out? So I went, before the show today, I'm going to check it out. And then it was so bad that I went, I'm going to make these fuckers watch some of this because I had to watch it. Here we go. Vadam with $1 says, let's hit the goal $1 at a time. Everyone follow me and shoot Steel Toe Morning Show $1. If you guys can knock out 175 $1 at a time, I'll shit my pants. Aaron's 401k is mostly in Twinkies. These are just scurrilous rumors that I don't validate those at all. The Pants Maestro says, so breaking contracts is cool and based. Nobody said they had a contract. If you have a contract, that's different. You have a contract, that's bullshit if you don't pay the guy. They didn't have a contract. In fact, I'd say they were probably contractors with no contract. So therein lies the problem. Adam Simon with $1. Thank you very much, Adam Simon. Very much appreciated. Did you watch the video of PPP molesting Worski? I did. I didn't think it was real at first. I thought it was just two random guys, like a fat guy and a skinny guy, and people were like, oh, this is PPP and Worski. No, it really was PPP and Worski, and they were fucking humping each other. It was PPP humping Worski. We're going to go over that, too, because that actually was one thing that delivered. The PPP put up a video talking about and clarifying the Keno Casino stuff. And he also wrote some stuff, I think, on Discord or some social media place, kind of straightening things out a little bit. I thought it was very good. We'll watch that a little bit later on. Gray Duckling with $2 says, pew, pew, pew. Atomic Ray with $1 says, freedom, fuck KB. No Pen 15 Fathead with $1. Thanks. So you guys really are trying to do this $1 at a time. All right, 170 away from today. They are trying to do this $1 at a time. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, thank you. If we get this under $100, I can't sit here and fucking... If we get it under $100 by 8 o'clock, I got to shut the fuck up for the last hour about the goal and shit. So I think we're at a high spot with the Brennan Levy thing. I'm going to leave it there. And we've got the PPP Worski thing coming up a little bit later. Deutsch Chad says he's fired Andy. I have not gotten that impression at all. I haven't gotten the impression that he's fired Worski whatsoever. Pants Maestro says, of course you're on the side of Keno Casino. You're nothing if not consistent. What do you want me to do? Like, I'm sorry, Pants Maestro. I can't be like the rest of the internet where they all get their gay little allegiances and it prevents them from seeing reality. I can't do that. I watch something, I make my decision. I think what they did last year in June in Las Vegas was fucking retarded as all hell. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. But I think what they're doing now, much better, much more intelligent. And it seems like PPP has learned a lot of lessons from that Las Vegas thing. So I wouldn't say I'm taking their side as much as, like, there's not really a side, though, is there? Is there? There's not really sides. It's like, hey, these guys did this crazy debauched thing in Las Vegas. It's like, okay, sounds good. What did they do? Well, they this guy gave him a bunch of money, and he bought him a huge suite, and there were hookers. Okay. Were there children around? Was this, were they doing anything illegal? Well, no, not really. It's just, well, then what the fuck? What are we talking about? Taste Fairy Ialto said he'll still moral fag about degeneracy, though. Yeah, he could tone it down a little bit on the moral fagging about degeneracy. But he's still a funny guy, and he goes on good rants. And really, there's no rule that says you have to be a spectacular human being in order to judge other people. Judging other people is what all of us do. It's what makes us feel better about ourselves. I think it would be a good idea to at least try not to be as big a piece of shit as the person you're criticizing, because that leaves you wide open for criticism yourself. But I wouldn't say that I'm taking PPP's side. I don't think there's a side to be taken. Cheeseburger Pie with $1 says, here's my couch money. Thank you very much, buddy. Stave28 says, let's do it, boys. Want that 60 minutes of overtime. It's not 60 minutes of overtime. It's 30 minutes of overtime. Triple N says it's not hard to tell that PPP has terrible impulse, or has poor impulse control. He's a big boy. We'll see in the video. We'll get there, guys. We will get to that. I just didn't want to do two internet drama things back to back. We start with the Brennan thing. We'll do a little AOC. We'll do a little Axios. We got a DUI stop video to check out tonight. We'll get to PPP and the Keno Casino thing and some screenshots and stuff like that a little later on. $2 from NoPen15 Fathead says PPP is great at cosplay. Yes. 165 away from today. Thank you guys very much for your generosity. It looks like they are trying to go with the $1 and $2 at a time to try and knock this thing down tonight. Don't go throwing a bunch of money in now, ruin it until later. Later we can go on a rally if this idea of theirs, falters and fails. But thank you guys very much. All the links are in the chat. Thank you for your contributions and keeping Steel Toe around for 4 years. We appreciate it. All right, let's go into something else so we don't overload some of our audience on internet shit. How's that? The Axios CEO. This was fun. I wish we would have got to this morning. We did a 5-hour show this morning as a thank you to our audience for our 4 years. Every time we hit the goal in the morning this week, we're going to do an extra hour as a special thank you. We're going to double up the overtime. This is the CEO of Axios. His name, they don't even have his name here. It's just Axios CEO. Holy shit. Nowhere in this article do they write his name. Oh, is it really Western Lensman? Oh, no, this one post sent them into a total rage. You are the media. Okay, so this guy, the CEO of Axios, apparently Elon Musk tweeted, you are the media now, meaning the people, meaning citizen journalists. He talked about how citizen journalists are better than the mainstream media. That shit. And this guy from Axios, which I wouldn't think Axios is big enough to really be annoyed by that. I kind of see Axios as one of the little guys, like they might actually be complimented by what Elon Musk is saying, but that is not the case. The CEO of Axios went fucking batshit on Elon Musk, and we have the clip here.
Everything we do is under fire.
Oh my God, everybody duck. He's under fire. Don't you understand? He's literally taking bullets. God. Everything is under fire or under duress, and it's like, no, a guy said you suck at your job. That's all.
Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day or X today saying like, we are the media. You are the media.
I mean, technically he owns X. He owns Twitter. I mean, yeah, he is the media. He's literally social media.
My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media.
Oh.
You having...
He may be upset. He may be really worked up about this, but he can still take time for an applause break. I'm worked up. I'm angry. Oh, you're clapping for me? Well, please, as a narcissist, I have to. No, you guys finish up. Don't worry. I'll get mad again. I can manipulate my own emotions in the drop of a hat. It's totally fun. Go ahead. No. Righteous indignation is coming back. Don't worry. Just keep clapping.
You having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter.
I mean, have you seen some reporters? I mean, that's really the largest reach they get is just popping off on Twitter. But go ahead. I'm sorry. You can tell that this has been bothering this guy long before Elon Musk ever said anything.
Do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody.
Of course, these fucking assholes love that he did that. Of course, Morning Joe is like, oh yeah, he so told him. You understand? Elon Musk says shit like that so that guy has a fucking coronary on a stage. Like Elon Musk is very happy that guy had that reaction to Elon Musk's fucking tweet. That was a tweet. He saw a tweet. He lost his mind. There are tweets about me from people I know that say horrible fucking things. And I look at them and go, well, they're obviously having a weird day. Like, I mean, Elon Musk tweets something kind of into the ether and you sit there and go, bullshit, you fucking dickhead. I hope you die. It's Jesus, dude.
First of all, I've got to say, extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the...
Hey, Joe. Those garbage people on the internet that you talk about, the voters showed this last time around that they trust those people a hell of a lot more than they trust you. Fucking Trump's a fascist, Trump's Hitler, Trump's evil, and then goes and sucks Trump's dick before the ink on the ballots are even dry? You want to talk about trust? You want to talk about people being honest and trustworthy and hardworking? You and your wife went and let Trump bend you over and ream you in your respective assholes the minute they announced that the election was over and that Trump won in a landslide. Because you didn't want to lose access, because your ratings are in the shitter. The problem is you alienated every last progressive person who actually believed in you guys, which, I mean, that's their problem, but still. And now your ratings are going in the shitter because no actual Trump fan wants to watch you guys. Because on one hand, you called him a Nazi and a fascist, and then the minute it was expedient for you, you went and kissed and made up, so they're not going to trust you at all. Sorry, Joe. I don't think you and the people of Morning Joe are good arbiters for what is good talk when it comes to journalism.
Hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down, about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts.
Do you want to let me tell you a good way to spot a liar? This is a really good way to spot a liar. I know a guy specifically who's this way. If they just call everybody liars, they don't provide any proof that the person's a liar. They just call them liars. That is a really good sign that someone is a truly dishonest, gross person. Now, if you have someone who goes point by point and shows with facts and shows how someone might be lying, that's usually a pretty thorough, if not trustworthy person. But someone who just goes, liars, they're all liars and they lie, that's a person who's worried about the information that's being put out there. If you think someone's lying, please, by all means, go ahead and prove that they're lying. If not, shut the fuck up and take your medicine.
About what people like you do. Or if social media, people lying every day,
Jesus.
Every hour, every minute about
We learned it from watching you, Dad.
the news. What you do matters. What the New York Times does matters.
Well, what about those people on Twitter? I mean, what they do matters too. Doesn't their shit matter just as much as yours? No, we're the elites. We're the elite media types, you see. We're special. We need to be revered and respected. If other people gather up information and do research, those people are pieces of shit. We're the ones you can trust.
What the Wall Street Journal does matters. What Jonathan Lemire does matters. What the Financial Times does matters.
We get it. All of your Jewish friends in the media can be trusted, and the rest of us Goya retards. Got it, Joe. Name more people. And Mika, what are you smiling about?
What NBC News and MSNBC reporters do matters.
Is it going to matter when Elon Musk owns your company? When he buys MSNBC? Miss Tay says PPP had some rhythm on Andy. Not going to lie. Viva Las Vegas. Oh, the humping video? Somebody shoot that over to me in a link, and I'll show people. It was in a tweet that I saw it. Nancy L with $2. Thank you very much. Let's get stupid. He's really mad at me. I don't know what I did to him. Stupid costs nothing to run an internet show. Tell that to my child support and mortgage, fuckhead. Does it taste like ranch? Oh, cum? Oh, cum. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm eating cum. Well, everybody's tastes different. Let's get stupid. It's not. Shame on you for thinking that it all tastes the same. How would that make each of your lovers special? You should know this. You should ask your mother. Where is the radio job? God, fuck, right? Probably would have been here already if I hadn't gotten tangled up with the horse shit I got tangled up in. Can you e-beg on the radio? No, of course not. You get advertisers and you make money. It's way better than this. Bad swinger. I will say this, let's get stupid. You are terrible at insults. You're a bad swinger. Thank fucking Christ. That lifestyle is not productive. Hey, kids, do you like addiction, neglect, and retarded dramas every day? No, it's not really for me. Then, you know what? Monogamy might be the way. Or at least, one partner at a time, at the very least. Thank you, Let's Get Stupid. You tried, you failed, but then again, stupid is in your name. Camel Toe with $1. Thank you very much. Adam Simon with $1. Thank you very much. And Vince Griswold with $1. They all want to do this $1 at a time. I feel bad that we beat up that Let's Get Stupid guy, but he didn't leave me any choice with how fucking bad his comment was. I mean, you can be good at shitting on people. That guy just happens not to be very good at it. 155 away from today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've pissed off the Pants Maestro as well. Says, your take is projection. Not really. When I call someone a liar, I tell you what they're lying about. And I point it out piece by piece, and I go, actually, the truth is this. The reality is this. That's why everything I've said about most of the shit in my life has turned out to be completely true, even when people like you went, kind of ended up being confirmed. Oh, sorry. Stave with $1. Thank you very much, buddy. 154 away from today. Buffalo Jockey with $2 says, how would Aaron know if cum tastes like ranch? He eats cum, not salads. Thank you very much. Pants Maestro says, when have you ever played a clip, Aaron? Literally at the start of the show and literally just now. God damn, you guys are not good at this. Dude, come on. You got to give me credit. I try to humor you guys. It's just that some of it is so fucking bad, it's embarrassing. Oh, my God. When have you ever played a clip? I think one of the main complaints that people have about this show is we play too many clips. Oh, my God, you guys. You entertain me. I'll tell you that. I've said this before. Some of you are my favorite lol cows. You're the absolute best because you don't know it, which makes you like the grand turbo lol cow. All right, let's get to, speaking of lol cows, how about a DUI? Samantha Steele, not that Samantha Steele, not the sports Samantha Steele, Democratic Cook County Board of Review Commissioner. She got arrested for DUI after she crashed into 2 cars. And thank God they have the body cam footage of this lady getting arrested, because I'm almost positive this lady was trying to grope and blow her way out of the DUI. We have an update on this Samantha Steele in just a second. But first, let's enjoy the body cam of the DUI arrest and see how this went.
Ma'am, if you don't exit the vehicle,
She's cute.
I'm going to help you to exit. And you don't want that.
You don't want that.
I'm
an elected official.
I actually do.
I'm a what? I'm a what? I'm electric official? No, hold on. Guys, she's an electric official.
You don't want that.
I do.
An elected official.
I actually do.
I'm elected official.
I do.
An elected official.
I actually do. Elected official of what?
Cook County.
Cook County. You elected which office? What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Sam who?
She puts her hand out. She puts her hand out for the fucking officer after saying, you don't want to do that. I'm a elected official. Oh, really? What's your name? I'm Sam. Hi, how are you? She's still turning on the charm. I like that.
Hey, Sarge, is it okay for her friend tells her to walk out, to step out?
No, she's saying she's an elected official of Cook County.
I don't want to be on the video.
Oh, you are on video.
You are on video.
You are on video, ma'am.
Video. Yes, ma'am.
So you need.
She's probably ironically, she's probably one of the people who pushed for body cams on every officer, because we need that accountability of our police.
Wait for my attorney.
Okay.
Nope, I'm waiting for my attorney.
So she's not exiting. We're gonna have to make her exit, and she is not compliant right now, as you can see.
Does she?
And she says she's an elected official of something we don't even know.
Does she need to be compliant at this moment?
Of course she does.
Well, I mean, can she wait? Can she wait for her attorney?
No.
Name me anyone who has been. Name me like a regular person if they pulled over a plumber right now. Name me anybody who would be allowed to sit and wait for their attorney in their car while being pulled over for a DUI. Yeah, I don't think so. This guy wearing the body cam understands what's at stake here. He's like, if we let her wait in the car, we're going to get it. When these body cams come out, we're going to get accused of playing favorites.
Well, regardless of the attorney being
involved in an
not,
accident,
we still have to conduct a field
even
survival.
if the attorney is here, there's nothing he's going to tell her. She was involved in an accident and we're doing our investigation. And obviously she doesn't want to. Ma'am. Okay, here's the thing. You were involved in an accident, correct? So you're going to have to exit. If you don't exit, then we're going to have to exit.
She just starts talking on her phone to somebody. This cop is like, ma'am, I'd like to explain to you the circumstances of your arrest. Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, no, this cop's being a cunt. Sir, could you keep it down, please? I'm trying to talk to...
That car.
Can you give her a
Sorry,
second?
not to.
I think you should do that.
A second?
That's all you have to do.
That's the attorney.
Get out
You
of
told
the
her you
car.
have to exit.
I think that's
Okay, he told you to exit.
Yeah, that dumb female cop is like, can't you just let her stay there? And even the lawyer's like, you got to get out of the car. Like, even her lawyer's like, you should probably leave the car. That's going to make this a lot easier for all of us.
You need to get out of the car.
Yeah, that lady cop should have to go sit in the car.
Yes, do that. That's all you got to do, and then wait for me. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
I'm waiting for him.
Yeah, you got to come out.
You get out of the car.
Exit the car.
Be careful with traffic, man. Stay right here. Stay right here. We don't want you to go out. Get involved.
She's cute, though. She got accused of sexually harassing the officers, and we've got like 40 seconds left in this video. I'm really hoping we get to see that part. Who complained?
Okay.
It's fine.
Now you can hang up the phone, ma'am.
No.
We're still doing our
My
investigation.
attorney.
Okay. Now, tell your attorney, since he's on the phone, are you going to do field sobriety tests or no?
No.
Okay.
No,
Are you being
wait.
arrested? You say no. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
I was waiting for
You were
that.
waiting for that. Because she just refused. I asked her to do field sobriety test and she refused. And she smelled like
I like this is a good cop though, because this guy's not taking any shit just because she's an elected official. These other cops are kind of pussyfooting around the whole thing. I like him.
alcohol. She's been drinking. So you've been recorded all this time. You've been recorded.
Yeah.
All right, I want to see, where did this sexual harassment come in? Body cam footage of Samantha Steele, a Democrat Cook County Review Board of Commissioner, being arrested for DUI after she crashed into two cars. She also reportedly sexually harassed one of the arresting officers. Oh, come on. There's a 24-minute version. But from 1042 in the video, an exchange is noted where an officer asks her, are you going to do field sobriety test? She says no. Fast forward to 2028, EMS arrives on the scene. Do you want to go to the hospital? I want my attorney. The attorney shows up at 22. So we don't have the, oh, that's too bad. So they didn't capture the sexual harassment on camera. Oh, well. Oh, well. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, did Nick eat a lot of pineapple? Oh, man. No, just a lot of Coke. I mean, really. Like I said, just kind of a drip more than anything. Pakistan is very upset with me. 199 from Pakistan. You're facing a year in jail. Keep laughing, cuck. Okay. Am I going to jail for a year? That's news to me. All right. Well, sorry, Pakistan. Look, I know I know you're being very serious right now. I don't want to laugh in your face too much, but thank you very much for the 199. I appreciate that. Deutsch Chad says she was drinking the pain away of Trump's election win. Well, look, that can be painful. That can hurt quite a bit. By the way, you guys are 150 away from tonight. Thank you very much. And you guys, I like this. You guys are doing it $1 and $2 at a time. Thank you so much for your contributions. Adam Simon with $2 says, Nick strikes me more of a jackfruit guy. Well, you don't have that twiggy, unthreatening, easily, easily push-aroundable appearance by eating. So it's not a lot going on there. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate your contributions. All right, we got this AOC thing. Then we've got the PPP, Keno Casino, all of that drama that you guys want. We got that coming up in just a little bit here. But first, guys, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is fucking pissed about the bathroom thing. I don't want anybody making fun of her about the bathroom stuff. She's remarkably sensitive to it. They have the first ever trans congressperson has been elected. It's a male to female transition person. And the incoming Republican Party has made a new rule. The Republicans already have the majority in the House, but they've grown their majority now. And they've made a new rule that says the House of Representatives bathroom policy will be that you will use the bathroom of the gender you were born. I think that's the solution that makes everyone most comfortable, men and women. We can't go changing things that make 99% of people uncomfortable and 1% of people happy. That's not tenable. So the Republicans made that rule. And while I think the bathroom thing is a giant distraction issue, it wouldn't have become a distraction issue if Democrats hadn't pushed for it. I think Republicans kind of get tied up in the theater of all that shit as well. I don't think they're innocent, but I also don't think that they started it. I don't think that there was some weird, psyop by the Republicans that said, let's start putting chicks with dicks in bathrooms and then we'll fight against it. I think this was a thing that the Democrats brought to the table. And then when people rejected it resoundingly, they just called us all a bunch of bigots, which is hilarious to me. This is AOC responding to the Republicans changing the rules.
It's disgusting. And everybody, no matter how you feel on this issue, should reject it completely. What are they doing? They're doing this so that Nancy Mace can make a buck and send a text and fundraise off an email. They're not doing this to protect people. They're endangering women. They're endangering girls of all kinds. And everybody should reject it. It's gross.
Now, I need it explained to me. And again, feel free to explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old. I need it explained to me how this is dangerous for women. How keeping dicks out of the women's bathroom is dangerous to women. I still haven't had it explained to me. Every time I ask, I get called a bigot. Every time I get asked, I get called a transphobe. But one thing I haven't gotten is a straight answer on the whole thing. She begged for people to help rebuild her abuela's casa, even though she can afford it herself. Grifting skank, says Rusty Grammer. Well, damn. Well, I mean, she is a congresswoman. She's used to getting other people to pay for everything. So there is that part. Red Fox Mad with 199 over on YouTube. Thank you guys very much. 150 away from tonight. All the links are in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Rumble Rants, etc. Thank you guys very much for your contributions. Go ahead and christen the PayPal for the night, christen the Venmo, and we'll just keep knocking that number down. If it's under 100 by 8 o'clock, no begging from me, not allowed until 8:55. That's the rules. So here we are. We're at the PPP, Andy Worski, Keno Casino. Now, if you're not caught up on this, some crazy person, Kyler Murray, the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know how he got wrapped up in all this, but Kyler Quinn, the porn star too, somehow involved, and Colin Quinn somehow got involved in all this stuff. Made this huge schizo post about Keno Casino, about all these crazy stories. And it all seemed to center around a trip that the boys took to Las Vegas. Now, I've been to Las Vegas quite a few times, and I'll admit I'm not the craziest party guy. When I go to Las Vegas, I'll go to the Monte Cristo cigar bar. I'll have a few drinks. I'll go to dinner. I'll play some cards. I'll play some craps. I'll go out drinking with my friends. It doesn't get too crazy. I'm 37 years old. I've got 3 children. My idea of cutting loose on vacation is getting slow drunk and being sleepy by 11 o'clock. That's real. I don't know what to tell you. So PPP and Worski allegedly have a pretty crazy time out in Las Vegas. Now, this is back in June of 2023. It's important to note that this is when Andy Worski was still using, I believe, was it cocaine? Drugs and alcohol he was addicted to. He's been clean for a year, which, God bless him, that's a really difficult thing to do. I know people who can't even take responsibility when they're caught red-handed being junkies. So Andy Worski definitely has a leg up on all of those people. But when he was still using, when he was still drinking, apparently the guy could put in some work, and he could do some pretty wild, crazy shit. And after about 4 or 5 days, about a weekend of all these rumors festering, PPP has decided to come out and make a 7.5-minute video addressing all of this. He was also in Discord or some app somewhere. I don't know what social media service it was. And he was talking about the events that led up to this Las Vegas vacation. And I will say this. I think PPP has learned very valuable lessons. I think if what he's saying is true, I agree with him 1,000,000% on Discord. I agree with him 1,000,000% on taking trips with fans and all that. I wish he would have learned that lesson and been more adamant about that lesson before they took this trip. But let's listen to PPP and let's hear what taking accountability looks like. Here, well, in a comedic way at least.
Sweepening! The Keno Casino sweepening of 2024.
Jeez.
We gotta swab the decks. We gotta sweep it up, Jan.
God.
Clean it up, boy.
I gotta say, PPP is a big boy. He is a big boy.
Ooh, boy. It's a big load of shit we gotta clean off the floor this time.
I mean, you gotta give him one thing. He has a sense of humor about his fuck up. And if there's anything I know, nothing will drive your haters crazier. Nothing will drive your trolls crazier than having a sense of humor and owning up to what you did. Because number one, people have sympathy for you. When you're honest, you own up to it, you admit what you did, and you said, here's the lessons I've learned. So the people who hate you, it's going to drive them insane because they want you to deny it. They want you to struggle. So what PPP is doing now is brilliant in terms of neutralizing people who might just like fucking hate these guys for whatever reason.
Tardsky and the Discord pay pigs have forced me to fucking dual wield the brooms this time with full fucking dust bucket attachment or whatever.
Dustpan. PPP. Dustpan.
The fuck there. Dab it on myself there. Fuck. It's tough there, folks.
Well, and also, why does PPP look exactly like Jim Ross? Why is it? By God, Andy Warski's fucking whores king. By God, Andy Warski's fucking whores. I can't believe it. That man, at least that man doesn't have a family king.
Folks, we're gonna have to ring a big tart bell for the entire casino there, folks. Big tart bell for the whole casino there.
I mean, so far it's starting off with him saying, yeah, we're retards. And that's going to neutralize a lot of people. And also, why fight it? Like if it was a year and a half ago and you did some retarded shit, admit you did some retarded shit a year and a half ago, use it as show content, tell people what you learned. That's why I pissed so many people. Dude, I pissed so many fucking people off because I just beat them to the punch. I go, yeah. They'll be like, you did this, you did that. And I go, yep, sure did. Boy, that was dumb. Never going to do that again. They're mad because they don't want you to be held accountable. They want you to be eternally accountable to them. And when you don't do that and you just go over their head and you go, hey, everyone, sorry about that. I did this, this, and that. I fucked up. I'm learning. I'm doing my best. I'm going to be imperfect in the future, but I'm trying to figure it out. Those people get so fucking triggered and so mad. One, you keep them as fans forever. They never go anywhere. And they have nothing, so they keep repeating the same shit over and over. And then you go, yep. It's also, and PPP is going to do this well in this video too, when you admit to all the wrong shit you did, you know that person's telling the truth when they tell you the shit they didn't do. So like all the other wild shit that people come up with about me, I'm sorry, I've told the truth about everything else. I've been right about everything else. Probably, odds are I'm right about this one too. Sorry.
Practice what we preach there. I talked about being the hammer, talked about being the nail. Well, today I'm going to be both as I bust out the broom, the mighty golden broom of Shannon Gaines. Folks, what can you even fucking say? How retarded I was there to actually attend a meetup of pay pigs. Something I preached against for years. Never do the meetup. Never have these but I did it.
Yep.
We partied in Las Vegas. We partied fucking hard, folks. Partied hard. It was Las Vegas with Warski. What did you think it was gonna be, folks?
I mean, true. When you got a guy who's in the mid throes of addiction and you're in Las Vegas, it's probably going to be a pretty wild time. I don't know how many addicts you know, but they don't just have a good time. They fucking go for it. So it's going to get a little weird.
But I never truly knew how felt that it was really going to be until I walk into the suite at the Bellagio and I see this 5'1" fucking Mexican gremlin looking dude in a fucking Crusader helm.
Oh, Jesus
telling
Christ.
me that he's the savior of the white race. I'm looking at his skin. I'm like, this guy's looking mighty brown.
Well, PPP, you're Canadian. You don't understand. Latinos are white supremacists now. Sometimes, like, more than the rest of us. They really get into that shit.
As racist as he is, you know, talking about Deus Volts and Crusades and the blah, whoa. We've got this 5'1" gremlin Mexican talking about how he's a Rizzler and shit. Mind you, all the bitches this Mexican gremlin was rizzling were prostitutes.
See, like, what are you going to do to this guy? He's admitting the whole thing. He's shitting on himself. He's laughing at himself. The thing you can bust him for is the hypocrisy. 100%. You can bust him for the hypocrisy, but he's busting himself for the hypocrisy. But you could say, Aaron, well, would he have busted himself for the hypocrisy if somebody wouldn't have spilled the beans? I don't know. But if he's been clean since then, and if he hasn't done crazy shit like this since then, I don't really know if it's even relevant to bring it up other than out of spite. And I think the other thing here, man, 100% I can say, don't meet up with fans and accept like gifts from fans or anything like that. They donate to your show. That's all the money they should pay. They donate to your show. You know, we'll have one anniversary show a year, and even for that, we'll sell tickets. But to the people who have given us the most money and they're VIPs, they get in for free every year. Because these are the people who have given you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the years. You can give them a free show. So don't go on vacation and accept gifts from fans or anything like that. If anything, buy them a beer or buy them, you know, a round of blackjack, or, you know, if you want to, buy them a room if you want to do that. But don't accept gifts from people you don't know.
Okay, so that's iron. The Mexican gremlin fucking Deus Volt helm wearing pretend Rizzler, okay? Who wants to I'm an innocent child of God. Buddy, stop it. You're a fucking Mexican gremlin, buddy, okay? I'll just get to it right now. Did we party? Yes. Did we drink? Yes. Did we drink? Yes. Was there some insane orgy of fucking black prostitutes? 5 fucking black Shabunuses or something? No.
And look, that's a weird deal there when people like get very specific as to the races of the hooker. That's a weird hang up in the storyteller's mind. Like, and there were 5 black hookers. What? Where? Why the black part? Why are we getting into the black portion of tonight's proceedings? I don't understand why that's
No. This is all fan fiction from the mind of a Mexican gremlin, buddy, okay? Then we've got Kryler. Like, what can you even say? It's some guy...
Yeah, we talked about that Kyler person. Those were mentally ill tweets. That was someone having an episode. That was really, really weird. That whole Kyler thing. We read those on Friday. That was a wild deal.
Crying because Andy Worski wouldn't play video games with him. Whoa. Buddy, you're a drug addict. You're spiraling. Your girlfriend killed herself in front of you.
Jesus Christ, these people go hard in the paint. Was that really necessary? I mean, I suppose they like lit you up and shit on them and everything else. Like, yeah, all right. Well, you know, all's fair in love and war, I guess.
She couldn't stand you, Kryler.
Could always just leave the guy. I mean,
Andy didn't want to play video games with you, so you go off the fucking deep end. Like, okay. Now, as for what's actually fucked, Medicare Masochist, who was present in Las Vegas, paid $24,000 for the suite.
Yeah. So that's the big thing is the boys partied at this suite. They got this suite. And this pay pig of theirs, Medicare Masochist, apparently paid $24,000 for it. And to me, someone says they're going to buy something for $24,000 and they invite me. I'm going to politely decline. I'm going to say, don't buy that from me. I don't want $24,000. That's a lot of implied debt. What I mean by that is once that guy does that and you show up, if he wants to say you owe, then you might owe. And I don't mean money. When it comes to people of questionable character and them splurging a bunch of money for things, I'm always careful about that kind of thing. I always pay my way whenever it's feasible. Whenever it's like, I will say this. When I would hang out with the old group, out there in more western part of Minnesota, when I would hang out with them, I always tried to pick up the tab. Whether it was dinner, whether it was hotel, there was always an offer to pay for hotel rooms. I always paid for my hotel rooms. Why? I was dealing with a person who remembers the things they got for you, and you owe. Nothing's free with people like that. Crazy fucking people like that, nothing's ever free. I know that. I'm smart enough to know that. And when it was hotels, I went, hey, leave the room open, because, he would always get there first. I go, leave it open. I want to pay for my room. Dinner tab comes. Always try to picked up more dinner tabs than didn't. I didn't want to be in any man's debt. I didn't want to owe, because people like that, when you owe, they will, those types of lunatics, those psychos, they don't want their payback in money. They want it in allegiance. They want it in loyalty. They want it in lies. They want it in a lot of different ways. So I didn't want to be in any man's debt. So the minute somebody says they paid $24,000 for a suite, I'm out. If I don't know the person, I'm out of there. Like, honestly, if it's not like my parents or a beloved relative that I've known my entire life, and even then, $24,000 for a suite is pretty fucking weird, I'm not accepting. Because I, again, will be in no man's debt. So that should have been red flag number one for these guys. $24,000 for a suite. No, thank you. First of all, you already donate to our show. You already give us enough money. Please, there's no reason for you to pay $24,000. I cannot accept that gift. That is far too kind of you. Either allow me to give you something for this, or please, I can't do it. It's just not from fans. Don't hang out with fans in that way. That would make me remarkably uncomfortable.
That's real, okay? Fucking degenerate, fucking gambler probably lost another $15,000, lost his ass playing Pai Gong. Okay.
You understand, if I lose $400 in a night in blackjack, I'm like, I hate fucking gambling. This fucking sucks. Now, it rarely ever happens. Rarely ever happens, but that's always my max. If I'm on vacation and I'm gambling, $400 is my absolute max. If I lose that, because then it stops being fun at about 2 or 3. To me, it stops being fun. I gamble for fun. I'm not going to get rich doing it. I like playing blackjack. I like playing craps. I like sports betting. I like those 3 things where I go to casinos where those are legal. 2 of those 3 things are not legal in Minnesota. So it's just blackjack. But like, I'll sit down at a $20, $25 table. I'll put $200 in. If I lose that $200, I usually don't really feel like gambling anymore. How people lose $15,000 gambling, I don't care how much money you have, that's indicative of a problem.
Hey? It's not so funny because he's a sussy freak. This guy...
Yeah, apparently this Medicare masochist guy, they released his... or he released something. I don't know. They found out that this guy watches like amputee porn videos and stuff, and like a lot of animated shit. I don't know. They just found out that the guy was really weird. I just hope that they obtained it legally, because otherwise that's a fucking felony.
Was our top donor for like the first year of the show. After Las Vegas, he didn't have so much money. He lost everything in Las Vegas, and he hasn't really been donating that much, but he turned out to be a sussy fucking freak. I didn't know. Just because you party with a guy at the Bellagio suite, I can't mind read his porn history, okay?
Just ask Ricada, he'll get it for you. No. Here's the thing. Look, I have the benefit of hindsight, but I would instruct PPP, and I probably would instruct anyone before they even do this. If they're like, yeah, this guy donates a lot of money to our show. He wants to buy us a suite in Las Vegas. No, don't. Don't do it. And don't go party with that guy in Las Vegas. You don't know anything about him. Do you really? Put it this way. Would you vouch for the guy and would you be responsible for the guy? If you say, no, I don't know enough about him, don't go and party with him. All right? Stick to your own, as it were. Plus, you Canadians are weird. People, you shouldn't really be exposing people to yourselves.
Just because some guy gives me money on the show doesn't mean I'm going to go into his fucking Steam profile and Google his username to cross-reference it with funny junk.
Yeah, but that's also why you shouldn't go party with that person either. You shouldn't go hang out with that person socially. You don't know enough about them. Keep the relationship of viewer-host, and keep that line, respect that line. We all, one way or the other, learn the hard way. I learned the hard way back when I was in the radio business. We all learn that lesson eventually. It's not usually one, especially if you get popular, it's not one that you just learn from afar and then go, all right, figured it out. You usually learn the hard way.
Which the fact he was posting on funny junk is almost worse than the sussy lolly shit, in my opinion. Holy fuck. He should be boiled alive for using that site alone.
Jesus.
But he was into some... It turns out, yes, he's in all this sussy, sick fucking shit. I messaged him. Let me read you directly what I...
We don't need to go into that, but that gets into real deep, gossipy shit. I'll say this. I think PPP's handling it well. I think he's admitting to what they did wrong. I think he's right about the parasocial stuff, and we'll get into that with some of these social media screenshots. First, let's go to Mac with $4.99. Long live the casino. I think they'll be fine. I really do. I don't think this is going to cause them any problems. They might lose a couple of people, but they'll gain a lot of people the next time they come back. And that's really the thing about these controversies. You have one show to set everything right and even gain some fans. If you handle it poorly, you're going to lose people. Like in the morning now, we're doing the largest audiences we've ever done, over 1,000 people at a time. That's big for us. And a lot of it's because when I got the chance to expose myself to a larger audience, phrasing, I understand, I was very honest and open with them about what we do, and we kept a lot of those people. So you have a chance here's what people on the internet respect: honesty, openness, humility, and lessons you've learned. I think it was in the Reagan movie I was watching with Dennis Quaid where they said America loves an apology and a request for forgiveness and redemption. America loves that. And if you give them that and you're honest and sincere about it, they'll give you another chance. And I think that's what PPP is doing here. MN Vikings with $1.99. So what happened with the guy Worski? We'll get to that in a second. All's fair in love and war with $25. Thank you so much. Oh, my. $25 says it's a mad world, but entertaining and interesting, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, I mean, look, parties in Las Vegas and shit like that, a lot of us can relate to that. It can be pretty interesting. Cheeseburger pie with $20. Thank you very much, Cheese. He says, Aaron sniffs burning fingernails. These disgusting allegations. I tell one story from my past. You son of a bitch, Cheese. Thank you very much. That's going to put us 115 away from tonight. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Wow. Thank you. Pants Maestro says, when is there more than 1,000? Peak in the morning. I think it's like, it was 600 this morning on YouTube and it was 435, 436 on Rumble. Last time I checked, that is over 1,000. And then I don't even count Kick and Facebook and all that. I should. I mean, it counts. There's viewers there, but Miss Tay with $7.99 says, stop exposing yourself, Ron. It's weird. Look, I apologize. I'm talking to my psychiatrist about it. We'll get it figured out. I promise. Elza Belza says 431. Get it right. I apologize. May I be flogged forever in the pits of hell. Thank you very much. 110 away from getting today knocked out. Thank you guys. Boy, we're pretty close. You guys want to hammer it out? Go ahead and hammer it out. You want to do it a little bit at a time? That's always a fun game. You guys were doing that earlier, and that was fun, so thank you. so much for your contributions. All right, so let's get to these screenshots that PPP posted. And I actually think this is an interesting segment and an interesting thing to cover, not only for people who host shows and everything, but just people in general. The people in general who, like, when it comes to trusting people and accepting gifts from people and letting people do things for you, be more skeptical, just in general. Be more skeptical. Act like you're always being watched, I would say. If someone says, hey, man, I've got this thing for a shitload of money you want to come with, I don't tag along to that kind of shit. I will offer to pay half. I don't want to be in anyone's debt. I don't want to be in, especially if they're friends or family, because if they're friends or family, now there's that added conflict. And if they're, junkie narcissists, I didn't want to be in their debt, because you never know what kind of weird fucking favor they might call in or how they might hang that over your head. You just don't want that. So here we go. This is courtesy of Breaking Baldo News. He does really great work. He was investigating today. He found that my lovely ex-wife is now palling around with the man who threatened to have sex with her former stepdaughter. Apparently April thinks that's fucking hilarious and it's really good. She thinks he's a really good guy for doing that. Thank God. I would say when I saw that, I was like, thank God this person is nowhere near my children, and hopefully she's not near anyone's children, because that is, oh boy, is that fucking disgusting. That is a monster of a fucking person. It does make me much happier about where I am in my life. Thank God I got, that's it. It's irresponsible for me to ever have that person around my children in the first place. And thank God I've apologized to a lot of people, including the mother of their children, for that, because there's certainly some thoughts there on that whole thing. But yeah, Breaking Baldo News does a really, really good job with this stuff. And he grabbed some screenshots on, is this Kick? Is this Discord? I don't really know, but it's Ashton. It's PPP. And he's talking about Warski and the trip to Vegas and everything else. Let's check these out. The casino finally responds. Medicare masochist disavowed. This is the guy who spent $20,000 on the suite. This is Ashton. Again, Medicare masochist is a PDF file and a disgusting, I'm going to say gay F word, and he is banned for life. Piss on his grave. One thing you have to say about Ashton, no half measures with Ashton. Not usually, no half measures with that guy. Fuck the whole Tardski degen server and all the scum within it. Kino Casino Gaming also says, I should have buried them years ago. Now, PPP and I completely agree on Discord. I think it's useless. I think that if you're a personality, there is no reason for you to be involved in it. All it does is it invites and breeds parasocial relationships. It's going to get you in trouble. You're going to overshare with these people. Keep some mystique. Keep some privacy. Keep some things that are show things and some things that are personal things. Because one thing we've learned over time is that the closer your fans get to you, the more disappointed they're going to be in you, because you're not going to be what they think you are. They'll build something up in their head and you will never live up to that, because you're probably remarkably boring and incredibly flawed. So the Discord thing just invites problems. It invites parasocial relationships. The next part says some shade at Warski. It says, but Warski needed parasocial validation. I don't care how many pay pegs need to be culled at this point. Absolute shame on them. I don't think he's wrong there. He also says, fuck anime. That seems to be no reason to really say that, but I'm not an anime guy. I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. I think unless it's South Park, I don't really see the need for cartoons if you're an adult. Kino Casino Gaming also said, fuck Lolly Khan and fuck this degen weirdo. who paid to pretend to be friends with e-celebs. So it sounds like Ashton's learned the right lesson, which is these parasocial relationships are retarded. Discord is gay. Discord is awful. I think Discord feeds an insecurity that a lot of personalities have. So they need to be around their fans all the time so they can be fed this constant medicinal drip of appreciation and adoration. It's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of insecurity. And it's a sign that you really don't have a lot to do with your life, if we're being honest. The next part of this, Ashton says, going forward, there will be no more being friends with people who watch a show. I knew it was retarded from the beginning, but tolerated this for Andy's sake so he could be a big man on Discord. May masochist die of cancer in the gutter and his wife divorce him. So he still doesn't like the Medicare masochist guy, in case you're wondering if he'd changed his opinion since the last post. This is the right take. Everybody learns it the hard way, so I'm not going to be too hard on them for that one. Tolerated it for Andy's sake. I think when you do a show together, you kind of got to eat the blame 50-50, even if it might not be 50-50. Otherwise, it's going to appear to people that you're throwing your guy under the bus, and I don't think that's wise, but it's a small complaint. May that PDF's name never be spoken again. An absolute shameful freak. He needs to face the wall at once, says Ashton. He really ought to be boiled alive in oil. Holy shit. Every last broomstick has been banned. Andy's Janny squad are all banned until further notice. Now, some people were implying that this meant PPP might be parting ways with Andy Worski. I don't think that's the case. I don't think there's a reason to do that. This was a party a year and a half ago. Andy's already made some amazing strides in his life with his sobriety since then. I think we can let this go. I think we can live and let live, as they say, on this deal. And just be glad that these guys, that they learned a lesson from all this. And it sounds like they've learned the right lessons. And, as fans and audience members, hold them accountable to it. Absolutely. If they fuck up like this again, I don't think you get second chances on shit like this, because then that shows you knew it was wrong and you still went and fucked up anyway. So whatever scandal this is, I think it's been handled well. And I think what you do now is you go on, you do your show, you have a good time. It's been addressed, and now you move forward. Kirkland Red 100 says, you know what I'm thankful for? Johnny, yes. Let's forget about the goal for tomorrow and just give all the money to Johnny. Well, you understand if we don't have a goal, there's no money for Johnny. Here's what I say, Kirkland Red 100s. Why don't you do one better? Why don't you go watch Just Kidding LLC at 2 o'clock Monday through Friday and give Johnny money? I appreciate your $5, but why not give it directly to Johnny during Just Kidding LLC? In fact, I challenge you, my friend. I challenge you to go watch Johnny's show and throw him a few bucks. I think that would mean the world to him, and he would appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. 105 is the number for today. Once we get inside of 100, I have to no more begging. Although it really hasn't had to be any begging today. Thank you guys very much. $105 away from tonight's goal. Let's finish it off. Miss Tay with $7.99 says, please play my favorite KB soundbite from Forgino and his number 2. Thanks.
I'll fucking kill you, you fucking faggot.
There you go. $7.99. We appreciate that very much. Hey, that last $100 goes real fast, $5 or $10 at a time. Thank you guys very much. Let's do it and get 30 minutes of overtime today. For waiting on the first PayPal and the first Venmo, if you'd like to be first, we appreciate those. Those are fun, aren't they? Rumble rants, all of that. Puerto Rican prostate puncher says, we'd rather force you to give the money to Johnny. Well, I won't. I won't. How's that? Go watch his show. That's why he does a show. Why don't you go support? You guys are being really shitty. Like, go support Johnny in his show. That would be really, really nice about him, or nice of you to do that for him. Sam Show says, held accountable. It's just content. I literally couldn't care less how well their lives are going. Well, there you go. Perfect. Other people saying Worski is a bitch. Okay, that's an opinion. McBuster says, there goes half their donations. A lot of these deluded fans actually think they will meet these podcasters someday. Well, I mean, if saying that you're not going to do this parasocial shit anymore ruins your money and fucks up your show, then, you know, how much of a show did you have to begin with? You know? How much did you have to begin with at that point? If, you know, they were giving it to you in the hopes that, you know, they'd like meet you and you guys would hang out one day. It's kind of weird. Let's catch up with some of you guys while we're done. JM says April making one genius level decision after the other. She had the audacity today to write to somebody and go, my family would never contact Aaron. They know what he is. I'm like, really? Coming from you fucking people? Know what I am. Yeah, you're right. I'm the guy who had his kids all year. That's who the fuck I am. I'm the guy who's admitted my mistakes, gotten help, and gotten better. That's who the fuck I am. I'm the guy who's not tard raging at the internet every day. That's who I am. Yes, you're right. So yeah, it knows who you are. I'll tell you this. When I have talked to when your family members have contacted me, let's just say they'd like to see your character get a little better. If you want to play that game, they know what Aaron is. They know what Aaron is. Very helpful and supportive when somebody needs a little bit of help because they see someone making really fucked up decisions with their life. You know what? Why don't we just call it right there? All right? Because I'll tell you this, you were very, very sweet last week when we had that cell phone issue. I was very nice to you. You were very nice to me. What happened? Did someone find out about it and the whip got cracked again? Go make amends with people who are concerned for you. Why don't you try that? And then shut the fuck up. How about that? If J. Bra says if April plays her cards right, she might end up as a 1%er's old lady. Here's my deal. Like I always said, like it doesn't cost me anything to wish her the best. It doesn't. But then she'll like go on these crazy fucking retard Twitter rages, and I'll be like, okay, at what point are you turning the other cheek? And then when you turn that other cheek, how many times are you going to let someone smack that cheek before you go, you know what? Look, I'm not going to take part in your downfall, but I'm certainly not going to watch it and hope it turns around. Especially the thing that got me today was her endorsing the person who wanted to fuck her former stepchild. If there was a way that their mother and I could ban her from ever mentioning those children ever again in her life and make it punishable by prison time, I would endorse that 100%, because you never loved anyone if you can go and befriend someone who talked about fucking them. You're fucking human garbage at that point. That's not something I play around with. Let's go to somebody saying Rumble had an update today and it's more fucked than ever. Oh, no, that's not good. Rumble, look, man, Rumble has good qualities about it, and Rumble does try to add features and tweak things, but I think sometimes they overdo it, and they kind of fuck up a little bit. Oh, my God, there was someone in the Rumble chat who was losing their fucking mind. I can't see them anymore. But, oh, my, this Chalice person must have been going crazy. Holy shit. Good Christ. I don't know what I did, but chat told you to cut her loose, but no, you had to help. Well, look, you guys were right and I was wrong. You know how much you like doing that, right? Telling me you were right and I was wrong. You got to do it this time. All right, guys, I think that's all our drama for tonight. Whoo, doggy. And some fun shit it was indeed. I thought that Keno Casino thing was really fascinating. And I think they're really on the verge of becoming the example of how you handle a controversy or whatever you would call it. I thought that was the right way to handle it. I would like to hear from Andy Worski on the whole thing now that we've heard from PPP. But PPP's always, he's the good stick man. He's the good hype man, The chat is always right, says Das Optic Nerve. Kind of. Puerto Rican Prostate Puncher says, chat is God. Aaron's body, chat's choice. Seems that way, right? Am I being oversensitive, or is that fucked up that she would accept an invitation to go hang out with that, with someone who threatened to have sex with her former stepchild? Am I being too sensitive to that, or is her being okay with that a fucking disgusting, piggish, evil thing to be? I wonder. I kind of know the answer, that it's totally okay the way I've reacted, but I just like to check myself a little bit. Sam Show says, you're getting upset over a Coke whore. You're surprised it would do this. Well, that's a good point too. S-Word Jockey says, I watch Keno exclusively for Ashton's Ralph impression. You have no idea how many times I've tried to do that fucking PPP Ralph impression, and I can't do it. My voice won't make that sound. I don't know how to make that voice. I have so many impressions, and I can make myself sound like so many different things. I can't do that one. I don't know what it is. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's move on. You're only 105 away from knocking it out tonight, and we have a half hour. A half hour to knock out 105. Here's what I ask of you. Everybody throw in 5 or 10 right now. Don't be shy, whichever platform you'd like to do it on. And let's do 30 minutes of overtime. 09 Canyon says, she's not who she was. You aren't wrong to be upset, but it's only hurting you. Fair enough. Taste Fairy also says it's bullshit. He practically ran her off the internet. Oh, yeah, somebody sent me something today where she said that she didn't really want to make fun of Chad Zumach. She just did that to go along. Ha! I hope Zumach calls fucking bullshit on that one. I could sit here and say that she was part of it and she laughed about it and she thought it was fucking hilarious the whole time. But that doesn't really mean anything. Chad can tell you on that one. Oh, she is so fucking full of shit. Just remarkably full of shit. It's sad, really. All right, here we go. Stephen A. Smith was on Bill Maher. Bill Maher's been making a lot of clips. Between his show and his Club Random podcast, Bill Maher always has like a semi-viral moment in his shows lately. Tomorrow morning, we got a clip of him and Neil deGrasse Tyson. I tell you what, if you want to make Neil deGrasse Tyson lose his shit, just bring up vaccines. You would think that a guy who's like considered one of the smartest people alive when it comes to space and science and all that stuff would be way more secure with people pushing back against him, but he really doesn't handle it well. Like, if you ever watch a Neil deGrasse Tyson clip about vaccines or anything like that, he really doesn't like being challenged. He gets very sputtery and very angry and hostile. He goes 0 to 60 very quickly. In this next clip, though, Stephen A. Smith has a really interesting take on why Donald Trump ran for president in the first place. Now, remember, Stephen A. is a sports guy first and foremost. So a lot of the times he's going to see the world through the guise of sports. Although in this clip, I can't say that he's totally wrong. So a while back, Donald Trump wanted to buy the Buffalo Bills. For whatever reason, the league didn't let him. So he started his own football league instead. Stephen A. Smith seems to think the bitterness of him not being allowed to buy the Bills caused him to run for president. Now, I was of the belief that Donald Trump ran for president because he was at that breakfast with Obama, and Obama made fun of him for the birther shit. And Seth Meyers made fun of him that same day for the birther shit. And he just remember when he was just staring daggers at Seth Meyers while he was making fun of him? And I thought that was the reason he ran for president and then won. Bill Burr made a very funny joke on Conan where he goes, you got to admit, like that guy paid $50,000 to go have breakfast and the president of the United States shit on him. And a year later, he had that guy's job. And it's like, you know what? Accurate. But here's Stephen A. Smith. You see if you buy this or not. This is Stephen A. saying Trump ran for president because he wasn't allowed to buy the Buffalo Bills, which will give liberals more of a reason to hate the Bills.
But
first they have to learn what football is.
Is he really in his heart hateful? No, I think
I've never.
I don't think his motivation is I don't like black people. I think his motivation is everybody must love me.
Thank you. And that's why that's right there. What you just said. Everybody must love me.
It's his narcissism. It's not his racism.
I have never.
I love watching two narcissists talk about another. Like, you guys are in media and have your own shows, and your whole livelihood is built around people coming to you for your opinion and you hating anyone who has the audacity to tell you you're wrong. Come on, guys. Let's at least play this game on a level playing field. You three and Donald Trump probably have a lot in common. A lot in common.
Called him a racist. I have never spoken about him that way, ever. Not one time, because I knew him beforehand. And he called me in 2014. This is a true story. He says, Stephen A. had a secretary, Mr. Trump is on the line, etc. Gets on the line. He says, Stephen A., I'm trying to buy the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, so this was long after the USFL. I'm sorry. I apologize.
The price tag was $1.4 billion.
What year?
2014.
Okay.
All right? 2013, 2014. The price tag was $1.4 billion. He had by $1.1 billion. I was being told he wasn't going to get the team. He said, quote, Stephen A., if these motherfuckers get in my way, talking about the NFL owners, if these motherfuckers get in my way, I'm going to get them all back. I'm going to run for president. That's what he said.
You know what? I believe that. I don't think that's a bullshit story. Donald Trump is kind of a check raise kind of a guy. I want to buy the Buffalo Bills. No, you can't buy the Bills. Fuck you, I'll run for president. Like, he really does see, if someone doesn't let him do what he wants to do, he will raise up and do a bigger thing next time. Actually, you know what? I'd believe that. I don't think that if you ask Donald Trump, I don't think Trump would say, the reason I ran for president was because I couldn't get the Bills. But I believe he said that to Stephen A.
And some NFL official said, so it's our fault. Years later, they said, so it's our fault. And I went like this, yeah, because had he gotten owner of the Buffalo Bills, he would have been an NFL owner. But I bring that up. Let me tell you the story. I bring that up because what I've tried to tell everybody, the Colin Kaepernick situation comes into play. If you remember, sports gaming hadn't yet been ruled on by the Supreme Court. That wasn't until around 2018.
Interesting.
If you get a half a point, a half a percentage point, that translates into billions for owners.
Right.
And Trump was making the case and hijacked the whole Colin Kaepernick fiasco just to get the owners back. I'm telling you.
I don't know. See, now that's where he's kind of losing me. Is where, it all ties into Colin Kaepernick, and it ties into, I don't know about that second part. Sam Show says, all I see is Johnny Somali. God damn it, now I'm not going to be able to stop seeing that whenever I see Stephen A. Smith. Shit. But I don't agree with that second part. I do believe that Trump was probably pissed that they wouldn't let him buy the Buffalo Bills, and he said, I'll show these motherfuckers. I believe that 100%. But the whole... he went after the Colin Kaepernick thing as a way for the gambling stuff or whatever. I don't know. I that seems like a reach, in my opinion. That seems like a bit of a reach. Bigot on Socialist Media says, I don't know if I want to learn how to use it. Maybe I will just use it as an excuse not to go. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Okay. All right. Well, we'll obviously, if the chat is just talking to each other, they don't give a fuck about this one. And that means it's time to move on because we've got 25 minutes left in regulation and we're only 105 away from knocking out tonight's goal. Go ahead and jump in. Throw in a few bucks. Obviously, if you get inside $100, I have to shut my mouth about it until 8:55 until we try to rally the last amount to try and get ourselves 30 minutes of overtime tonight. We appreciate it. You guys hitting that goal. Keep Steel Toe on the air. And since this is our 4-year anniversary week of being internet exclusive, what a great week to have to be a perfect one. You know, last week we missed on Monday night, but throughout the rest of the week, we got it back. We ended up having a perfect week. I appreciate that. We had a huge Friday. I thank you guys for that. But I think it's worth noting that no show has ever done what we've done. No small market radio show has been forced to transition to the internet and made it work full-time for this long like we have. We truly are innovators in that regard. And it's all because of you guys. It has nothing. The only thing it has to do with me is that I turn on the mics every day and talk and try to put on an entertaining show for you guys. But you monetarily supporting this show is the reason. So I would say not me, but rather you guys have done something that's never been done before, and that is supported a small market radio show, and it's transitioned to the internet. No other show's been able to do it. We're the only one that's been able to do it, and it's all because you guys are so generous. You weren't lying. Back in the day when the audience felt the radio station was fucking us, they'd go to the internet, we'll support you. And for years, I told them, guys, you have no idea, probably not, it's not going to work, so on and so forth. And when we finally had to do it, you guys did. So keep knocking those out, and we'll continue to be here for a long time. We appreciate it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Oh, my God. Lizzo lost a fuck ton of weight. We'll check that out later. I'd be very happy if she did. You know, something about fat people, when they lose a lot of weight, their personalities usually get better too. I think there's something about being really, really, really obese that makes you kind of self-hating and shitty to other people and shitty to yourself. I think when you have a really low opinion of yourself, you kind of bring that to the rest of the world. So I wonder if she won't be a more likable person because of all that. Let's do this Bishop T.D. Jakes thing. This was wild. T.D. Jakes is one of those megachurch pastor, motivational speaker, you know, kind of I think a more conservative Creflo Dollar type. And he was giving his sermon, he was doing his thing, and he just fucking collapsed.
Now's the time to go back in time and shine a light on the family journey that led to you. Detailed DNA results.
Do we really, when we're doing a story about a black pastor, does the ad before it really have to be Ancestry.com? That's a little on the nose. What the fuck is this? All right, we're hitting refresh. How is this not like...
Batteries. You
Why
don't
are
think
there
about them until yours.
Why are there ads? I have YouTube Premium. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. We're going to open this up on YouTube. Here we go.
Come get my seed. There got to be somebody special to come get it. PMT serve the people of God.
All these millions of dollars these guys bring in, and you can't get decent video and audio equipment that doesn't get choppy live streaming.
It was a pleasure. I still love to preach. I ain't tired of preaching. I miss you. I miss you.
Does anybody else get tense? Like, wait, whenever something's choppy like that, do you ever just get really tight in your shoulders waiting for the next one? You're just like, oh, here goes. It's kind of like when you would listen to the radio and it would be choppy, like you'd get static spots. And then you're just like, you're waiting for the static spots again. It drives you nuts.
Have you ever gone to the hospital to visit somebody?
They're about to.
And you thought you was going to encourage them and they encourage you? That's what preaching is like. You think you're giving out something, but you're getting back more than you gave.
can tell he's already fading. He's getting woozy.
I love you.
Look at that 1,000-yard stare. He is out, man. He leans one way or the other, and he's falling off that chair.
Now, Lord,
a lot of empty seats. What the fuck is going on? Was he doing this during football time?
let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, my strength, my Redeemer. Let him go in peace.
What is this? Is this heart attack? Is this stroke? What is this? The slowed speech pattern and all that. This almost looks like stroke. Uh-oh. Hang in there, big man. Hang in there, big man. What's going on? Seizure. Maybe seizure?
Take your time. Back up.
Oh, that's scary. That's frightening. I don't know what that is. I haven't seen a lot of like episodes like that. Sam Show just writing, hit the floor, hit the floor. Jesus Christ. Ron White, after 8 whiskeys, isn't even as faded as this. Oh, so there's the N-word. Sam Show says, somebody get him some milk. Got to be one doctor in there. No, a guy like that, you don't need to have a doctor in the congregation. A guy like that's just got a doctor waiting, ready to go. Red Fox Mad with $4.99. Thank you very much. He says, happy anniversary week. Thank you, buddy. 100 even. 100 even. That sounds like a nice round number to knock out. We got about 15 minutes to do it. Thank you guys very much. Let's knock it all the way down. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's get $100 handled and call it another win for the toe. Thank you, guys. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's see this Lizzo weight loss deal. What the hell? Well, first of all, let's see if Pastor Jakes is okay. What's going on with him? Stable after medical emergency during Sunday's sermon. Right now, they're just calling it a health incident. So, how old is the guy? 67? Yeah, you're 67. He's a little bit heavier, brother. Could be any number of things. But he's stable. He's all right, according to this. Lizzo, remember when Lizzo tried to lose weight like 3 or 4 years ago? And she announced that like her fans gave her a bunch of shit for trying to lose weight. Like she was abandoning them because she had become the hero of the fat acceptance movement. The problem with the fat acceptance movement is that all of those people are lying to each other and lying to themselves because they don't want to go and lose weight. And because they don't want to go and lose weight, they have to do this thing where they go, oh no, being obese is beautiful. Being fat. Let me tell you something. Being overweight fucking sucks. All right. I've been 200 in the last year. I've been 210 pounds. And I've been all the way up to 225 pounds. And I can promise you, when you're standing 6'3", 6'4", being 210 pounds feels a lot better and nicer and lighter on your feet, and your clothes fit better, and your belly doesn't feel so big. 210 feels a lot better than 225. You can't sit here and tell me that anything about being obese feels better than being in shape, or at least being, being at a responsible weight. No fucking way. I refuse to believe any of that fat acceptance horseshit. It sucks. It's a struggle. If you're fat, you struggle with it for a long time. It's like battling an addiction almost. Because it's a constant war you have to wage against your own discipline, against your own waistline. But Lizzo a few years ago said, I want to lose weight. I want to get healthy. And her audience basically bullied and shamed her into staying fat, which you can say that's her responsibility. Don't let, your fans we talk about parasocial relationships. don't let them talk you into staying fat. But they went, Lizzo, you're an inspiration to us big girls, and we can't lose you, and you'd be selling out to the beauty industry or whatever. And she lived an unhealthy life so that she would make those people happy. Well, I guess she's done. She's lost. I mean, dude, that's a considerable amount of weight. We can say whatever we want. She's still not like a twig or anything. But when you look at her. Look at how she used to be and look at her now. That's pretty good. And you can hate her music and you can think she's an obnoxious person and all that, but someone goes through that much of a transformation, they lose that much weight, you got to be proud of them. Got to be, right? Of course, she has to have her legs spread open. Wait, which one is this? Is this the same person? Because she still looks pretty big in this one. September 18th, 2024. Oh, no, this is November. Okay, she's still a little smaller. Look at that. Need self-love? Try Lizzo. Lose guilt, gain confidence. Look at that. So she went from letting people guilt her into staying fat to being like, hey, I got confidence. I lost my guilt. I love myself more. Look at how, oh God, look at how big she used to be. Ugh. That compared to this, tell me you're not going to be happier and just, I mean, really, you feel better in your own skin when there's just, you know, less of it, I guess you could say. Triple N says Ozempic for sure. Yeah, maybe Ozempic. Maybe Ozempic. But, it's something. I mean, at least you're doing something. Man, even if it's a fucking pill, you know, it's better than just sitting there being fat and then pretending you like it. McBuster says, so 225 is actually code for 250. Copy. That's not. No. Triple N says 210 X to doubt. Yeah. When I was running in between this town and another town, there wasn't a lot of eating, and I was still boxing a lot. So there's not a lot of food being consumed. I mean, I was eating. Just wasn't food. So, yeah, 210. I hit 210 a couple of times. That's, for me, 215 is my perfect. That's what I always call my fighting weight, is 215. Doom says that bitch is 280. I mean, not now. Be funny if Doom went, no, I meant you. Triple N saying what we're all thinking. Says them titties in different area codes. They really are. Day One Salt saying still gross. Skeezy Whitefish says good for her. Props to anyone who can drop the pound. See, that's what I think, but we have an audience that's less forgiving in our chat here, apparently. Triple N says boxing is a euphemism for gay twister. No, gay twister is a euphemism for gay twister. Now let's box. 09 Canyon says good for her. You don't even realize how bad you feel until you start losing the weight and feeling better. Yeah, I just how uncomfortable you got to feel carrying all that weight, you know? You can make up whatever excuse you want, but it doesn't feel good. Mad Max Mardigan says, you're a fat ass. Ain't never hit 210. I don't believe you've ever been under 3 bills. Do you know what 300 pounds looks like? Jesus, dude. I don't think I've ever been 240 in my life. But yeah, right now I'm like 222, 223. Still want to get down to 215 though. Slovenly grifting bitch with a flute, says McBuster. All right, so a lot of you are not giving Lizzo any credit. You know, it's funny. I thought, you know what? Enough of this negativity and the drama and the yelling and all this. Let's give people a nice story and let's try to. And they're like, boo, fuck you, queer. Go play gay twister some more, you homo. I'm like, all right, fuck me. Sorry. Buffalo Jockey with $2 says a bunch of black people rushed and surrounded him. I'd have fainted too if I were him. He just instinctively gave them his wallet. Sam Show says, now you get it. He also says, I look 630 pounds easy. I appreciate that. You guys have no idea how young you keep me. All right, we got to open up we got some more stories coming up. NBC is eating shit over saying that Thanksgiving dinner is historically affordable this year. Yeah, wrong thing to say. Also, Chad Buzamac is going to be very happy that we have our Views story. Conor McGregor was also found liable in an SA trial. He might have to fight Jake Paul pretty soon. He might need that money that a Jake Paul fight brings. That'll be interesting. We'll talk about all of those and more in overtime if we get there. In about a minute or two here, we're going to rattle the cans and see if we can't make that last $100 and call it another win for the toe today. Thank you guys very much for your contributions. If you'd like to throw in, like I said, we're only 100 away. It's been a pretty good night. We appreciate you guys. Our view clip this evening is Whoopi Goldberg losing it on her co-hosts. Apparently her co-hosts are like, even Whoopi has had it with the anti-Trump shit. Like, even Whoopi is like, all right, that's enough. We got it. Trump bad. And she tried to push back on her co-host today, and it resulted in, well, another cat fight on The View. These broads just cannot stop yelling and fighting with each other. So we got about 6 minutes until we either go on to overtime tonight or we got to shut it down. I personally would like to do some overtime. We're only $100 away. Do me a favor, guys. Everybody throw in a few bucks. Or if you're feeling really generous and you just want to knock out the whole thing on your own, hell, I'm not proud. I'm not against that either. It is our celebration of leaving radio and going internet only. We've got about 5 minutes left on the clock. There's the links in the chat. $100 away. Go ahead and throw in, and let's do this shit. What do you say? $100. Let's do it a few at a time. Uh-oh. Our chats are not hanging in there. What's going on? I'm going to close this Whoopi store. Daily Mail is like crashing our fucking browser. Jesus, is that a fucking space hog? I'm going to have to find that clip somewhere else. Jesus Christ. $100 away from today's goal. Let's do it, boys and girls. Doomclone says, if you hit the goal, can we watch the Steel Toe Minstrel Show on my channel? Okay, how bad is it? If it's really fucking bad and like really like shitty, hurtful, cheap shot, no, absolutely not. But if it's just funny, if it's just mean-spirited in a funny way, I'm down. Let's do it. All right, guys, we got 4.5 minutes left. Let's go ahead and start a rally. Throw in your $5 or $10. Oh, Doomclone says it's really bad. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. He says, just your word. Oh, so you spliced a bunch of shit together. It probably won't do it then. I'm just being honest with you, buddy. Everybody get in. Let's rally, man. We're running out of time here. We got 4 minutes left to go. Let's do it. A few bucks. If you hit the goal, here's what I'll do for you. 30 more minutes to act like a Jew for you. All right, deal. Triple N. Shaka sizzle reel and lots of mammy. Oh, I might play that then. Now you're selling me on it. But we got to knock out the goal first. Right now, we're $100 away, and we have completely frozen up. We have completely locked up, and we are 3.5 minutes away from losing tonight by $100. Let's not do that. Let's click on the PayPal. Let's click on the Streamlabs. Let's click on the Super. Let's do it all. Everybody throw in a bunch. Kirkland Red 100s with 99 cents. Thank you very much. Becky G with $2. Oh, boy. Now we're going to have to keep track this way. All right, I can do it. $98 away from tonight's goal. Whew, boy. You guys are really going to test me. Cheeseburger Pie with $20. He says, Aaron, you're lucky this slot machine is hot tonight. What's her name, buddy? What's her name? $83 away from knocking it out this evening. Here we go. Here comes the rally. $83 away. Keep it coming. Adam Simon with $1. That means we are $82.30 away. Oh, boy. Now I got to do this part. This is always tough. You guys keep bringing them in. We'll keep counting. $82.30 is the number. Loaded Wrench with $1 over on YouTube. 8160 away from tonight's goal. But keep it going, guys, because we have 2.5 minutes left, and we are still quite a ways behind. Triple N is right. I'm sweating. Let's knock this thing out. Throw us a couple of bucks. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. We're going to have to boost it up. We got to at least get inside of 50. Let's do this thing. 8160 away. Let's go. We need it. Comfortably Numb with $9.99 says, let's go indeed. That puts us 70, I have to do math now, 7460 away from tonight's goal. 7460 now means if we get inside of 50, we add that 30 minutes. Let's do it. 1.5 minutes left to go. 1.5 to get it inside of $50. Nothing on the Streamlabs, PayPal, or Venmo, so if you throw something in on there, you'll be the first one tonight. Let's see if we can hammer it out. A little under $75 to go this evening. Let's keep it going, boys and girls. We've got 1:10 left to go. It can be done. What do you say? What do you say? A little generosity goes a long way here on the old toe. 1 minute left. Let's throw in. Let's get generous. Let's get crazy. Ooh, boy. Remember, this is our 4-year anniversary. We can't miss goals on our 4-year anniversary week. It can't be done. So get generous. Let's throw in big time here. 7460 left to go. Got to get inside of 50. Here we go, guys. 45 seconds left to go. Let's do it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Oh, boy, I am sweating my fucking balls off. A little over 30 seconds to go. Let's do it. Come on, guys. We just need 25 to get in there. Just need 25 to get in there and give ourselves a fighting chance. You guys can do it. 30 seconds left. Come on now. Let's do it. Oh, my God. I can't sweat this much and lose. That would be terrible. All right. We got 15 seconds left. Let's fucking go. Oh, boy. Here we go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Front Porch Conservative with $9.99. That's going to bring us down to $67.60. Got to keep looking here. Got to hit refresh on everything. I'm tempted to give you guys the overtime, but I'll be begging the fuck out of you during the overtime because we got to do it. Doomclone says your clock's broken. That took longer. No, I go by how long we've been on the air. Sorry. Cheeseburger Pie says just do the overtime, you gay. You guys got to knock out 67-60 then. I'm going to bug you about it till we do. Yeah, I can't miss on my 4-year anniversary. We got to give you the overtime. But you got to throw in Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. You got to shut my mouth. You got to shut me up if we're going to do the overtime for you. Keep it going. Lost Tejas says, just beg for 30 more minutes. Oh, my pride will not let me lose on our 4-year anniversary week. You have no idea. I'm fucking drenched with sweat right now. Drenched. I stink like shit, and I just took a shower after the gym. I smell like rotten ass right now from trying to make the money to keep this little show going. Whoa, boy. Adam Simon with $1. There we go. It's still going. 66.90 away from knocking out today. Oof. You know, ever since we got a sense of humor about this goal, though, it's actually been a lot of fun to do these segments. I will say it doesn't bother me as much. I love doing it this way. I really do. Keep it going, though, guys. 66.90 away. It needs to be knocked out. Needs to be knocked out. So keep it going. I'll do overtime for another 28 minutes, but I will be obnoxious about knocking out this goal. Still nothing on PayPal or Venmo, though. So we could do it that way. I would appreciate it. 66.90 is the number. Gift some memberships, some super chats, man. Fucking anything. It's a bad look to miss your goals on on an anniversary week. That would be really, really bad. So keep going. I'll try to make you feel bad. Kip says, do the Tover time, you smelly fuck. I really am a smelly fuck right now. All right, so we are now 65-40 away from today's goal. 65-40 away. Knock it out, hammer it out, call it a win for the toe. We'll try to do some content, but I got to get my begging shoes on. That's for sure. 65-40 is the number. Keep it going. Keep it going. Whew. Hot as fuck, man. Remember the Haitian migrants? And by the way, I'm doing these stories. I understand. Aaron, that sounded like a half-assed transition. Totally was. 100% was. We got to knock this out. Copperhead with $5 says, come on, folks. I agree with you, Copperhead. 60-40 away from knocking this thing out. $60.40. Whew. You know, if somebody would just drop a 20 or 30 in, it would really make this whole thing a hell of a lot easier. What do you say? So, Trump was like the first president to ever, or the first candidate to ever go on a debate and say that an entire race of people were eating dogs. I still forget that happened because it seems like something you see in a fever dream. But yes, Donald Trump, during the debates, said that the people of Springfield, Ohio, the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, to be specific, were eating dogs. And now that Donald Trump has won, those Haitians are now fleeing Springfield, Ohio, in fear of deportation. Now, my thing is, I was always under the impression that Donald Trump was only going to deport illegal immigrants. If you're legal, you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to leave. Are they insinuating that maybe some of these Haitian migrants came here and broke the rules? I mean, how dare you? I mean, we already know they would never eat dogs and geese, regardless of what any of the countless pictures we've seen of Haitians holding geese and ducks and carrying them. What? They were just laying there dead. They found them. But some Haitian migrants who made international headlines in September when then candidate Donald Trump accused them of eating pets are leaving or plan to leave the Ohio city after his election. Trump created a stir during his presidential debate against Vice President Kamala Harris when he repeated, now they keep calling them unsubstantiated claims, but I feel like I'm being gaslit because I've seen videos. I've seen pictures of them walking around with the ducks and with the geese and all of this stuff. We saw there's a video of one like butchering a dog in his backyard. Like it's been a thing. So this unsubstantiated claim thing, we got 911 calls from people who are reporting this, the whole deal. Now, they are here under temporary protected status. So if you're here under temporary protected status, just don't overstay your temporary protection. We'll be fine. I'm sorry, but I'm having a hard time, crying tears for people who are here illegally. If you're breaking the law to be here and you get deported, that really doesn't sound like, oh my God, this president's a terrible guy. This sounds like, well, there are clearly rules and you have broken said rules and now we're going to enforce them. I mean, just because the last guy didn't give a shit to enforce the rules because he wants to make them all citizens so they'll vote for his party, that doesn't mean we just stop enforcing the rules. So, yeah, Sojourner says, so I guess the report I saw was not true. Exactly. Like all this shit we've been seeing where this is clearly happening is apparently, false? This is funny, though, because this story is like, yeah, all of these 12 to 15,000 Haitians that have settled in this small city, they're all talking about they're threatening to leave Springfield, whereas the residents of Springfield are like, yes, fucking right. Oh, because isn't it like a third of the population became Haitian almost overnight? Like this, Springfield, Ohio is not a big town. And it just got flooded with 10 to 15,000 Haitians, which is bananas to me. Thank you very much, Adam Simon, for gifting a membership over on YouTube. Guys, that's going to put us in even $58 away from today's goal. Knock it out, please. Let's do this thing. We're doing the overtime. We got like within $60 of tonight's goal. And I said, you know what? I'll do overtime on credit for that because my pride won't let me lose on our anniversary week. It's just really terrible to lose that way. Let's go to Honky with $2. Thank you. Keep it coming, guys. Don't stop. Keep them going. Gentle reminder that April is buddying up with someone who insulted her mother relentlessly by having a who can draw April's fat mom contest. April is a filthy skettle, which is a German word. Yeah. I mean, it's true. He's right. You know? He is not wrong. We are now at 56.60 for tonight's goal. Thank you very much to Honky. You know, it's very strange because in some ways she hasn't had a bigger cheerleader than me. Like me saying like, she'll be fine. She'll get out of there. She's got a lot of potential. Her life's not over yet. And then she just keeps doing like really vile shit. And then has the audacity to go, oh, yeah, Aaron's a piece of shit. Aaron's garbage. And it's like, you've been a real giant fucking cunt like this entire time. So I don't know what world you're living in. The nice thing is, like, I shouldn't even have said cunt there. I really shouldn't have, because the more I've kept my mouth shut or just said, I hope she does well or okay, or the nice back and forth her and I had after the phone situation last week, which I'm sure she got in trouble for. I've just sat back and let her behave the way she's behaved, and people come to me and they go, wow, you were right. We didn't realize how fucking crazy this was. You know, obviously it's some fucked up shit going on. So I even don't like when I get mad and I maybe call her some names. Even that seems a little beneath me. I kind of feel like apologizing. But then people go, fuck that, dude. Don't apologize. And you're like, all right, fine, fuck it, I won't. Thank you very much, Becky G with the $2. Says, do not eat dogs in the USA. Absolutely. All right, 55-20 away from tonight. Keep it going. Let's knock this fucking goal out. It's been 4 years of Steel Toe, internet only. We've done something no other radio show, small market radio show has done. But we can't lose on our birthday week. Guys, nothing in the PayPal or the Venmo so far tonight, so be the first one to put it in there. 55-20. We got to get moving. We got 20 minutes left in an overtime that I gave away, even though I ate shit and took an L. So pick me up and help us out. Thank you very much. Apparently these migrants, they say that, here's one of them says, she knows about 10 friends and neighbors who have recently left Springfield, along with several restaurant employees. Well, yeah, the restaurant employees are leaving. Have you seen the price of goose and duck now? It's fucking crazy. Look at this. Sanford's son with 57-15 says 4 Hamiltons for 4 years. Wow. Thank you, buddy. That's very, very nice of you. He found out what the $40 would be on that. That's some fucking quick math. Thank you very much, Sanford, son. Holy shit, man. That puts us 15-20 away from knocking it out tonight. All right, here's what I want. All right, now we're $15.20 away. Guys, for the first time in this show's history, can we please do the last 15-20 with small contributions? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, it doesn't matter. Can we please do the last $15.20 in small contributions? With nobody throwing in the 10 at the end or the 5 at the end to fuck it up. Can we just one time, can we do the small contribution one? $1 and $2 at a time to knock out this last 15. We've gotten so close so many times, and somebody always comes in at the last minute with like $5-10 and like, oh, fuck you here. Let's see if we can do it. What do you say? Couple bucks at a time, 15-20 to go. Let's knock it out and call it another win for the toe and another perfect start to a week with 2 goals knocked out on Monday. What do you say? This was some bullshit, this Patrick Mahomes thing. So last week, Patrick Mahomes gave what the NFL called a violent gesture toward the end of the game against Buffalo last Sunday night. They fined him $14,000, and they fined him, we'll show you what constitutes $14,000. Can we play that? Will the NFL pop us? We won't big screen it. This is what constituted a 14. Look at that. Fourth. Right there. The motherfucker literally pointed his fingers like that, and I didn't even see him. Did he? He didn't even do the trigger thing. He didn't do the trigger thing. He didn't do the hammer drop thing. Nothing. He just pointed his fingers like that, and the NFL fined him $14,000. Fucking bullshit. A violent gesture. This is like the school cafeteria where they've started to suspend kids at schools for pointing finger guns at people. I remember one time years ago when we were doing the show, some kid got suspended for he chewed a Pop-Tart. They said he chewed a Pop-Tart in the shape of a gun, and he pointed it at someone and said bang, which is remarkably retarded to punish someone for. All right, guys, real quick, we got to add these up. We can do it. Oh, God damn it, Miss Tay. Miss Tay with $7.99 says, when your ex-tumor got excised, the show became worth watching. Wow, thank you very much. I appreciate that. $10.20. All right, we're going to do this 10-20 in small contributions. Ready? Ross Dog's Broken Spirit with $2 on YouTube. Nancy L with $2 on YouTube. That is $2.80 to the good guys. That puts us at $7.40 away from knocking it out tonight. $1 from Loaded Wrench. That puts us at $6.70. I think today's the day. I think we can do it. $6.70. There's Ross Dog's Broken Spirit with $1.49. $5.70 away from knocking out tonight's goal. Kiff with $1.99 says, can we get the Hulrus for the show? I don't know if we can get the Hulrus. Maybe at the end of the show we can pull him up if he's live. $4.20 away. We can do this. It's just small contributions. That's all. We're just doing this $1 or $2 at a time. No 5s, no 10s, just 1s and 2s. $4.20 left to go. Hurry up and get those in before somebody decides to be a dick and ruin this. We've never been able to pull this off before. And tonight might be the first night we can actually do it. $4.20 away. Cheeseburger Pie says, where are the mods? This asshole is spamming the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. It's me. Yeah. Well, no, I'm sorry. They came in really fast, so I had to update and do math quickly. I apologize. Ross Hogg's Broken Spirit with $2 over on YouTube. That is $1.40 to the good guys. That means we are $2.80 away. Again, it's doable. $2.80 away from calling it a win, small donations at a time. Don't fuck this up for me. Everybody throw in $1 or $2. We're going to get this thing knocked out in no time. $2 from Becky G. That's another $1.40. That cuts it in half. $1.40. 99 cents from Nancy L. $1.40. That's 70. That 80 cents away from knocking out tonight. That means pretty much the next dollar give is going to do it. They're finally going to do it. $1.99 from Red Fox Mad. We finally did it. Small contributions at a time. It finally got done. Nobody ruined it. Thank you so much for doing it. Another win for the toe. And thank you to Sanford and Son with the big 57-15 drop earlier. Sam Show says, ugh, I hate seeing you happy. McBuster says, I donated $100 and he isn't acknowledging it. Cheater. Hey, wait a minute. Now why would I even go look? I know he didn't, but I'm looking anyway. And you know what? I'm an ass for doing that. I'm an ass. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Oh, there it is, our first YouTube chat crash of the night. It happens. Like Johnny and I said, I think it's that Stream Ninja program that causes it to do that. Oh, well. Oh, well. All's fair in love and war with $2. Thank you very much. Knocked it out tonight. Thank you, guys, for your contributions. All right, so Patrick Mahomes gets a $14,000 fine for pointing his fingers over at the bench. It's just, it's weird because people like to say, like, oh, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he gets all the benefits, all the calls. The ref sucks Patrick Mahomes' dick. Like, he's the new Aaron Rodgers in the league. But, like, this is kind of a bullshit deal. There's no protection for him on this one. And look, $14,000 to Patrick Mahomes is nothing, but still, it's a bullshit fine. And, like, when did the Chiefs all of a sudden become the team that everybody hates? I've always loved the Chiefs. I've always loved Mahomes. I've always loved Andy Reid. I've always thought they were good. And I always thought they were an easy team to root for. Kansas City is not the biggest market out there. It's not New York, LA, Chicago, Atlanta. It's none of those. It's a little Midwestern town. They've had very little success up until Mahomes and Andy Reid got there. I always thought they were easy to root for. Apparently, I'm wrong. Now everybody hates them. Everybody I talk to, like, fucking hate Mahomes, hate the Chiefs. If it's not the Vikings, I usually root for the Chiefs every year. I like them. Mahomes was also fined $50,000 last December for verbally abusing an official. It was also in a game that they lost to the Bills. So apparently Patrick Mahomes gets he gets all of the calls from all of the refs except when he plays for the Bills. Chiefs head coach Andy Reid received a $100,000 fine from the same game for publicly criticizing an official. Shit. So everybody, the league is fattening their coffers thanks to Mahomes and Reid. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Okay, this is too much. You know how the Kelce brothers got a shitload of money to do their podcast? They signed a huge deal. Now Jason Kelce's wife, Kylie, is getting a podcast. This is the crossing the Rubicon moment for the Kelce brothers podcast empire. This is a bridge too far. Now the wives are getting podcasts. And I guess, why not? What did the guys get? I'm sure they're paying them out of their own pocket because the boys got what? How many hundreds of millions of dollars was that podcast deal? It was something insane. Kelce brothers or Borthers brothers podcast contract. 3-year, $100 million deal with Amazon's Wondery network for their podcast. So they're getting 3 years, $100 million. I'm sure out of that $100 million, they're taking out, $1 million or $2 million, and they're paying the wife to do a podcast. Just because, why not? Yankee writes, oh shit, I've seen this story play out before. Oh man, have you? I don't understand. What do you mean you've seen this play out before? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's very interesting. Would you care to elaborate any further? Oh boy. I have no idea what you mean. Hey, I have a great idea on how to end tonight's show. Hold on real, because I know this will make some people really fucking mad, and other people it'll make them really, really happy. Yankee says, no comment. Oh, so you don't know. Yeah, when has anyone ever put their spouse on a podcast and it ends terribly? I don't know where this story is. I haven't seen it. I think it's worth a shot. All right, let's go ahead and I know how to end tonight's show.
Your call has been forwarded to
Oh, fuck. Well, I had a great idea on how to end the show. Darn it anyway. Darn it anyway. I'm just trying to get clipped, that's all. I'm just trying to get clipped. Oh, this one would really piss people off. Let's do this. Let's really make people mad. Yeah, Rusty Grammar, you get a podcast, and you get everybody gets a podcast. Let's see.
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
Damn it! I really had a great idea, and it didn't. Fuck. It didn't work. I think they know I'm on the air. They don't want to answer. Oh, let's see. No, don't worry. Hold on. I got to write back. Doing I could. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, look. Sometimes you have an idea and it doesn't always pan out. So we can end the show tonight with the Conor McGregor thing. I think Conor McGregor might be taking that Jake Paul fight pretty soon. He got found liable in an SA case, and it looks like it might cost him $1 or $2. He's planning to appeal it, but the decision on Friday says that Conor McGregor has lost his civil R case in Ireland. A jury just found him liable for the assault. Now, remember, in a civil case, the burden of proof is not as heavy as it is in a criminal case. The case had been going on all month long after Nikita Neelamane claimed McGregor and another man had sex with her against her will after a 2018 Christmas party. That's her. I mean, if what happened to her, if what she claims happened to her, that's fucking terrible. And at the very least, Conor McGregor should have to pay up. He looks really unhealthy, by the way. Conor McGregor looks fucking terrible. Is there something wrong with him? Did he have an operation recently? He looks gaunt. He looks frail. 36 years old. He claims the encounter was entirely consensual. So does the other man who was involved. So it sounds like they've got a real he said, she said thing going on. Now, they've awarded this woman about $250 grand in damages. Okay. So maybe he doesn't need to take the Jake Paul fight. 250 grand isn't going to break a guy who made what? He made like 200 million just for fighting Mayweather. So I don't think 250 grand is going to be enough to do it. But still a stain on your reputation. That's for sure. And it's so weird because you're not allowed to take an objective look at these things and decide who you think is telling the truth and who isn't. Like, it's basically you get accused of this and you're guilty until you can find something that proves you didn't. Like, getting accused of that, what Conor's being accused of, is one of those rare crimes where there's no such thing as innocent until proven guilty. Like, for some reason, you have to prove a negative. You have to prove you didn't. They don't have to prove you did. You have to prove you didn't. Now, did he do it? Look, he wouldn't be the first athlete to commit a crime like this, to do something like this. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. But also at the same time, and again, here's where you get in trouble for even talking about this stuff, but sometimes women do things sexually that they think better of the next day, and they're ashamed, and they might throw some accusations around, especially if it's like a double team thing. For example, Minnesota Golden Gophers football team. Bunch of players got accused of an R because they ran a train on this woman. The woman felt really guilty about it the next day, claimed it wasn't consensual. All these guys were in trouble. Dude, the head coach stepped down. The university was going to fire the coach, the whole thing. Tracy Clays was the coach, and he did a good job. And I think the school wanted PJ Fleck anyway, so they threw this guy under the bus. Well, a tape came out of the incident showing that this woman was 100% okay with it, was consensual, and wanted to do it. Now, that tape would have never came out if she would have just said, look, it was consensual. I regret it today. That was not a good decision, but I'll learn from it. But she came out and accused all these guys, and they felt the only way to defend themselves was to release this tape as evidence, and it blew up her whole case. I mean, that's a really shitty thing. You know, I think if you falsely accuse someone of that crime especially, you should go serve the jail sentence that they would have served if they were guilty. Because that is a really shitty thing to do to someone, especially if you're doing it just to get out of trouble. Then it's extra shitty. But I don't know what happened with this Conor McGregor thing. Honestly, I could see it being either one. I could see Conor McGregor thinking who the fuck he is, and he can do whatever he wants, and he just goes and does this. But I could also see that, you know, this woman did a 2-on-1, and she thought different of it the next day. And she then, you know, filed this. Who knows? Cheeseburger Pie says, I couldn't see why they would call you about that. False accusations. You're right. No fucking shit. I know all about false accusations from fucking crazy people who can't take responsibility for their actions. Believe you me. LOL with 199 says, Howie, let's make a deal. Yeah, what do you guys think's going to happen tomorrow afternoon? They're going to play a little deal or no deal. Huh? Well, that's it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for tolerating me. And thank you for knocking this thing out. We did it. Another win for the toe and a perfect start to the week. Now tomorrow's our last full day with a morning and an evening show. So thank you guys so much for making this one so successful. We appreciate it. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll talk to you at 6 a.m.